I'm Rashad Harris, and I'm about to get candid with Coach K.
It's rolling. Hey, oh my goodness, you all. I am so excited about today. I am sitting here with the hometown hero, one of my favorite friends. I've known him since Lord knows when. It's
Long time.
long time. But he is doing some amazing things, and I can't wait for you all to get to meet him. This is Rashad Harris. Hey,
How
Rashad!
y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Yes, I am so excited for you to be on my show. Now, we know each other, but they may not know you. So let the people know who you are and what you do here in Port Arthur, Texas.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a little short thing. My name is Rashad Harris. First off, I'm a graduate of Lincoln High School, class of 1999. Uh, I'm married to my beautiful wife, Alexis Petrie Harris, and we have four beautiful kids.
Four.
That's right, four beautiful kids, and that's a little bit about my family life. And as far as with me, what I do, uh, I'm the owner of Raw Clothing, which you see I'm wearing. That's like my everyday attire. So I wear this every day. So, but the Raw stands for respect, appearance, ambitious, and honor. That's where the Raw comes from. So,
Yes.
but I've been having a clothing store for a little bit over 20 years. So I've been in the city, my whole life. Most people, if not all people, know of me or know me in some form of fashion. And I've been doing the clothing business for a while, and I just I love doing fashion. So that's basically
Yes.
it.
Yeah, and I love it. And we're sitting in his flagship store, which is in Port Arthur, Texas. But this is one of how many locations?
Four.
Four locations. That
Yes.
is phenomenal. And share with everyone where the locations are.
Uh, as you just stated, we're in my flagship location, and I basically call it my flagship location because I always wanted to have. If I had multiple stores, I always wanted the biggest store to be in my home city.
Yeah.
So this is by far the biggest location that I have here in Port Arthur, Texas, in Central Mall. And this location is probably about 6,000 square feet, so it's by far the biggest. But I also have one in Beaumont, Texas, in
Mhm.
Parkdale Mall. I also have one in Lake Charles, Louisiana, in Prion Lake Mall, and Lafayette, Louisiana, and Acadiana Mall. And I'm about to open up in Lake Jackson in Brazos Mall, hopefully by August, September.
That is phenomenal. So he has four locations and he has another one opening this fall. This is some big stuff right here because, we recognize a lot of great talent from Port Arthur, Texas, but typically it's with the sports arena or music. We don't get to see those that are doing things like what you're doing, clothing people. Listen, we always need clothes, right?
Right?
So it's important for me to actually highlight that talent as well.
Yes.
So, with that being stated, I know one of your biggest reasons on starting this was because you wanted to build a legacy for your family.
Correct.
So, talk with everyone about what does legacy mean to you?
It's basically what you said. Legacy is, kind of setting the boundaries for my family, and not just my family, but I have brothers and I have nieces and I have nephews, and that's basically what I want them to see, that they have a brother or they have an uncle, somebody that they can look to and say, hey, that's my uncle's store, or hey, yeah, that's my cousin's store, or however you want to use it. But I just want to be an example for those, and like you said, build a legacy for. I do have four kids,
Yeah.
so out of those four, maybe one of them may want to, follow in the footsteps. Who knows? But if they don't, as I stated, I have brothers,
Mm-hmm.
I have nieces and nephews, so it's
Mm-hmm.
it's quite a few of us that we have that have kids that's looking at this. So
Yeah.
that's basically what I wanted to do. So,
I love that. I love that because, you're talking about building a legacy that you're able to leave behind when you're gone for your children if they choose this. But even if they don't, there are other people within your family. So it's not just the immediate family,
Correct.
but you're touching multiple generations,
Correct.
which is a beautiful thing. And I believe it's something that we should do more often.
I agree.
Yes, I love that. So you started this. I mean, we were in high school and you started out the gate. You knew what you wanted to do.
Correct.
And so tell us about the why then, because you didn't have children then. You were not married then, but you knew that this is what you wanted to do.
Yeah, no, well, really it started off with, I used to work for Radio Shack when I graduated. You know, I was going to Lamar, and I graduated, and graduated from high school, went to college, started working at Radio Shack. And I was working at a place where you had to sell things, you know, not particularly clothes, but sell what they had to offer. And I was dealing with of all types of races, you know, all different types of people. You know, some people didn't really understand English well, some people did, some didn't, you know, so I had to break it down to their understanding to sell them something that was something that they may have wanted. And I just felt like if I can sell these people something that I'm really not too interested in selling, but I sold it because I knew I was getting paid to sell it. I kind of thought about it. I said, you know what, if I had my own thing, what I wanted to start off, which was clothes, and I knew I had a passion for clothes, I knew I can sell it because that's something that I really wanted to do.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what led to the clothing business. And we started out with, some of you already may know that it officially started off as CNR Unlimited, which was one of my other classmates, which is my first cousin also. So Corey Venison. Shout out to Corey Venison. He's doing big things also. But we together came up with the idea of having a clothing store. And, you know, out the gate, like you said, we did it we had it during a time where we were in school. They didn't have all these different brands of clothing that guys wore. It was only a selective few brands that we can get.
Yeah.
We figure, you know, the basics.
Yeah.
But as we graduated, it started to come out with more and more different brands, you know, so, and we kind of jumped in it like right at the right time, I guess. And, you know, we jumped on it and we had different brands for people, for guys and fellas to buy that wasn't offered in these big stores,
Yeah.
Dillard's and Macy's and all these other J.C. Penney's. They didn't offer these type of clothes. So we stood out because we was the only place that was offering these. So that gave us a big boost. And honestly, we ran out fast. You know,
Yeah.
and, you know, it was a good run. You know, and then ultimately, you know, we wound up closing CNR, and then I wound up getting back into the business and just starting raw.
Yeah.
And that's where we are today.
Yeah, I love that because you started something with a family member,
Correct.
going back to building legacy, making sure that it's something that is going to be carried on throughout multiple generations. I love that. And even though you guys may have decided to separate the business, you said this is still your passion. So you built your own brand and was able to continue it in an even more larger way. So I think that that's something that's completely phenomenal.
Yes.
Now, I know also with your business, you're really big about making sure that you make an imprint in your community. So let's talk about that, because there was once a time where you were running for council, right? More people were able to know about who you are and what you do. And a lot of the older ones didn't even know that you had a clothing store here for 20 years.
That's absolutely
which was
correct.
very interesting.
That's absolutely correct. But that's a good point, because a lot of I don't like to call them older, but I'm gonna say I don't know what's the other word to call them, but they're older.
Yes,
but,
the elder generation.
The elder generation, their kids, most of them were coming here.
Yeah.
So they may have not known, but I
But their
guarantee
children
you,
knew.
if it wasn't their kids, it was their kids' kids.
Yeah.
Somewhere in between there, somebody knew about what I was doing. They just didn't know. So back to what you originally stated about the city council, that was the number one reason why I wanted to put my name I
On the
say a
ballot.
much larger platform in the city, not
Yeah.
necessarily in the clothing business, but just in the city itself, so more people could know what I was doing. And that was a good run, and that was one of those situations where if I win, great. If I don't win, great.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, now more people recognize me as a
Yeah.
person and what I do, not just as somebody that, oh, he got a store. Now they're going to recognize that, oh, he got a store, and not only does he have a store, he's trying to get involved in the community and,
Mm-hmm.
things of that sort. And it still worked out for the better because even though I didn't win, I still have a seat on the board for the EDC, which is probably a better position for me anyway,
As a
because it's
businessman.
relating to business.
Yes.
So I get to deal with that more. I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying it's opening me up to different ideas. It's opening me up to different things that's involved in the city
Mm-hmm.
before the city even see it.
Right.
So I'm getting it's new. So I'm starting out fresh. So it's like starting school all over again.
Learning.
But it's a learning curve, and I'm willing to learn, and that's where I'm at with it right now.
Yeah, I love that. And knowing that even though you didn't make it on council, you're like, I'm not stopping. I just want to make an imprint and I'm going to be here. This is my business. I've been here for 20 years. I've lived in Port Arthur all of my life and I'm not going nowhere. So then you had the opportunity to become a part of a board member on the EDC. Now, for those that don't know what EDC is, let's explain that to them.
The EDC is Port Arthur Economic Development, and basically what the EDC does, it it offers people grant opportunities, for their business. If they're starting
Mm-hmm.
out their own business, you come with the proper information that's needed for the board. You get your information together. You come explain everything to the board. We vote on you if you're approved for this grant, and then we as a board, give you the okay if there's something that's interest to the city or not, because we want to bring more business to Port Arthur,
Yeah.
and ultimately we want to bring people from Port Arthur. Hopefully, it's someone from Port Arthur that got a big bright idea, that makes sense, and you have to make it make sense.
Yeah.
You can't just go up to the board or to the EDC and
With
say,
just an idea.
"Yeah, I want to start this, and I need $100,000." Well, hey, that's what they're there. That's what the EDC is there for. But you have to give us a reason as to why we should do this and
Mm-hmm.
how is it going to benefit the city of Port Arthur. So that's what I do love about the EDC. So they're not gonna reject you. You can only, I'm gonna say, reject yourself, because you have to
Mm.
make sure that you are prepared before you come to the board. You can't
Yeah.
just come unprepared and then not get the results that you want to hear. So with that, I just say that I encourage anyone that's you don't have to have all this collateral and all this money. You just have to have a great blueprint,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to have a lot of information to back up that blueprint
Yeah.
to where it makes sense.
Do your
Do
research.
your research
Yeah.
thoroughly before. You don't want to go up there half stepping.
Right.
When you go up there, it's better to be over prepared than under prepared.
Underprepared. Come on. I believe in that, y'all. I'd rather be over prepared than under prepared. Because let me just tell you something. The way you present in the beginning is how they will remember you for the rest of your life. That's why he's where he is today, because of his presentation and being consistent with his presentation. And so people were more interested in him and wanted to partner with him more, right?
Right?
So, yes, over prepared versus under prepared. That's really good right there.
Yes.
Okay. So, now I know there are a lot of people watching that say, I want to have a clothing store. How does that person get started? Let's share some information with them.
Well, to be perfectly honest with people, and I got plenty of people that come all the time asking, "Hey, how'd you do this? How you do that? And how'd you get started?" To be brutally honest with people, as I stated before, back then it was much easier because nobody was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So it made it easy for us to do it. It wasn't easy, but it was work involved. But now, today, it's probably 10 or 20 times that much more difficult to really get started. Not to
Mm-hmm.
discourage anyone, but it's a real process now because you have people now is what I like to call protecting their grounds.
Mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
myself included.
Mm-hmm.
So you have I don't like to speak on other businesses, but you have
Mm-hmm.
other businesses that have some of the similar clothes that I
Yeah.
have,
Mm-hmm.
and what they can do is they can kind of make a call and say,
Mm.
"Hey, they got so and so trying to open up a store, and they
And sell the
carrying what
same
I'm
stuff.
carrying, and
Mm.
that'll shut you down
Wow.
just like that."
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, but how I like to encourage people is enough brands to where no one store can carry every
All of
brand.
them.
You
Right.
cannot carry. I can't carry every brand.
Yeah.
So what I do is I make sure that every store that I have carry a different brand.
Okay. That's
That
good.
way I open up all avenues.
Mm-hmm.
That way if I want to carry a brand here and it ain't supposed to be here, I got a store over there.
Mm-hmm.
So they really ain't gonna give you too much of a hassle. But at the same time, I encourage people, man, it's a lot of bumps in the road you're gonna come across,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't let that affect you.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna let it affect you, it's probably not for you. You
Yeah.
got to be really built for rejection,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to be built to withstand rejection. And if
Mm.
you can't do that, then this is probably not something that you want to do. That's why I may have had maybe 2 to 3 people that that was on serious inquiries that reached out about, hey, if I can't do this, would you franchise?
Mm-hmm.
I'm always open book.
Mm-hmm.
I want people to understand that I'm always an open book
Mm-hmm.
because it takes a team to make the dream work.
Mm-hmm.
Teamwork make the dream work,
Yeah.
and I can only do so much. I can't control 20, 30 stores by myself.
Right.
It's not gonna work.
Right.
But if I had partners or different people, maybe other places, other locations that's not in the same area as me, and they somewhere else, outside of Houston or wherever they at,
Mm-hmm.
and they want to do it, I'm an open book. So I'm
Yeah.
always open to it, but it will be on the same platform as I'm doing, and you won't have to struggle to get clothing brands.
Yeah.
I already
I
have them
like
all.
that. Mm-hmm.
So I'm always open to that. But, some people sometimes they think since you're investing, you're supposed to just sit back and collect.
Yeah. Now you have
It
to do the
don't work
work.
like that. It do not work like that. So just to get that clear, if you invest, you are investing in something that you want to do also.
Yeah.
Not investing just because you see somebody else doing something and you think you can just piggyback off of this person. It don't work like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I won't allow it that
Right. Come
because
on.
I put in too much work to just let somebody
Too much
just
sweat
say,
equity.
here go this
Equity.
amount of money and
Right.
let it go. Nah, it
No.
don't work like
It
that.
still have your name on
It
it.
still has my name on it, but
Mm-hmm.
I want to get somebody that can match my energy.
Mm-hmm.
You probably ain't gonna know everything out the gate, but if you can match my energy, we probably can go places.
Yeah.
Because you might know somebody that I don't know that might want to do it because they see you doing it and they see how you doing it. Now they want to do it.
Yeah.
So it's a domino effect.
Mm-hmm.
If you see one person doing good and you say, well, man, how can I do it? Now you got multiple people coming.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate goal and that's the ultimate dream. The
Mm-hmm.
ultimate dream for me is not to be self-centered around just me and my family,
Mm-hmm.
but it's to be self-centered around the world.
Come on.
So it
Yeah.
ain't just here.
Yeah.
That's
How do
good.
you continue to
How do
expand?
you?
And the only way to do that is connecting with people.
That's it.
Right.
I'm willing to connect. Like I said before, I'm an open book when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
Because what you originally stated was how would you tell someone, how would you help someone to get started?
Mm-hmm.
You can get started by
Mm-hmm.
doing your own thing. That's
Yeah.
the easy part.
Mm-hmm.
The hard part is withstanding the big people
Come on.
that's gonna step in your way and say,
Mm-hmm.
"Hey, they carrying this, I'm selling this," and then the company's gonna start saying, "Hey, well, I'm sorry, this company got it, and they saying that your sales is affecting his," and then they're gonna just get rid of you, and you're going to move on to the next person.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be getting that over and over and over, and then until you get frustrated.
Yeah.
And to me, it makes it a whole lot easier if you get with, whether it's me or whoever it is, get with somebody that already got the connections.
Yeah.
That way you can just jump on in.
Yeah. I always tell people, like, when anyone wants to know, well, how do you do this? Come and work for me. Like, come intern. Be willing to serve so you can get the information necessary so you can then step away and do what you want to do. That's the best way that you learn.
Yeah, well, sometimes an intern turn into a position with me.
Come on. See?
So it depends on you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for young prospects.
Yeah. They're hungry. Be hungry.
That's it. Young prospects that's hungry, and that's involved in fashion or like fashion and just want to be different.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want people to be afraid of how they dress. Man, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I don't need nobody that's the same as me.
Yeah.
The same as this person. I need somebody that's gonna stand out. Because they're not gonna be scared to step on certain boundaries. Because in this business, it's not about me. I can't pick out clothes just for me.
Yeah.
I gotta pick out clothes for other people too.
I
can't sit up here and honestly say, yeah, I would wear all this.
Yeah.
But
you have clients that will.
I know I have clients that'll wear it. So
exactly.
You have to think like that when it comes to this business. Because if it was up to me, if I had certain brands, I carry a certain style, and that'll be it. And you gotta involve with time. It went from when we was in school, baggy clothes.
Yeah.
Everybody was wearing.
Ain't nobody wearing baggy clothes nowadays.
I was in the 9th grade wearing a size 38.
Right.
I couldn't wear 38 right now today.
Come on.
Because of how it has changed tremendously.
Yeah.
Nothing is the same. Everything is till it fits your physique, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
It fits your physique, and it's a fitted look. So, and that's basically what it is with that. So
yeah, I like that. It's called evolution. And fashion is always going through some type of evolution, right? So you have to be willing to recognize a trend and realize if that's the client that you serve, how are you providing these clothes for them?
Exactly.
If you're not providing clothes for them, they're not going to shop your store. So that plays a part in running a clothing store as well. You have to know who you're willing to serve. Like, not everyone's going to be your customer, and that's completely fine. But whoever your customer is, you need to be willing to give them exactly what they desire in the moments that they desire it. So they know I'm coming to R.A.A.H Clothing to come and purchase what I need, because I'm not going to find it at Dillard's. I'm not going to find it at JCPenney's. I'm not going to find it at any other store, but I know that they have what I'm looking for this particular event.
Exactly.
Boom. Just saying. Boom. So this is really good information, Rashad. And the one thing that I appreciate about you the most is that you're open and transparent about it. Right. Like you said, I'm not trying to hold any information. If I could help you, I will. And I appreciate you doing that even right now. And like you said, you're even looking for young talent. So even sharing that here. Now, look, if y'all don't come apply for a job, that's on you. Just saying. Yeah. He said what he's looking for. That's it. But I love that. I love that. So let's talk to those who are looking at what you're doing. They say, wow, it's very inspirational to see someone who has been in business for over 20 years have a store in their hometown, 6,000 square feet, which is phenomenal. They have 4 other stores, and they're continuously growing. And they say, okay, so he's giving me a little bit of the game. I appreciate that. But I want to know what inspires him every single day to keep on going and keep on wanting to open up more. Tell them what inspires you daily.
Well, to be, first and foremost, none of this is possible for me without God. God is always first.
Yeah.
In my book. And when you got a passion for something and you pray for days like this, and he bless you with it, you gotta seize the opportunity.
Come on.
And that's basically what I'm doing, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. Is seize the opportunity as they present themselves. I'm gonna seize the opportunity, and once you get accustomed to not working for someone and working for yourself, and kind of calling your own shots, how you want to do this, how you want to do that, it's I would rather, if something drastic was to happen, I'd rather not look at the next person. I'd rather look at myself because I have nobody to blame.
Yeah.
And not only that, I also look at the fact of all the employees that I have. I don't want to let them down either.
Yeah.
Because I know I got them riding off of what I'm riding off of. And whatever wave I'm on, they on the same wave.
Yeah.
But the ultimate wave is the wave wherever God leads me.
Come on.
So that's the wave that I'm on, and if they're on that wave with me, then we going places. So
yes, that was good. You better tell them. They don't know. God first, always.
Always.
Seek ye first the kingdom, and then, like a lot of people get it confused, but you got to deal with him first. If you want all this other extra stuff added to you, just saying.
It don't just happen like that. And it people can say how they want to say it, or they got it through family inheritance or whatever. Well, it don't come like that for everybody. So some people gotta actually get it from the mud, and I'm one of those people that had to get it from the mud, whether you want to believe it or not.
Yeah.
I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth.
Yeah, listen, I remember, was that Long's? What was the name of them apartments? Long's Apartments. That's how long I've been knowing him, y'all.
Yeah, Long's Apartments. Most people that's from Port Arthur know Long's Apartments.
Yeah.
So that ain't no silver spoon.
Not even close.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all. It was a roof over your head. You was happy for that, but
that's about it.
That's about it. So
yes, I love this, Rashad. Okay, so now as we wrap up, I want you to take the opportunity to share a message with your family. Seeing that this is the month where fathers are celebrated, and I chose to recognize all of these great kingdom men throughout this month on purpose because they are leaving legacies for their families. So I want to know what message you have to share to your beautiful 2 baby girls and 2 boys and your wife. What would you want to share with them?
What I would tell my family is, I appreciate, my wife, my kids, my mom, my dad, all my family for just believing in me first. That's all the confidence a man really can need is the approval and the acceptance of others looking up to you. And I know for a fact that my wife and my kids, they definitely look up to me. Because if something is wrong with daddy, then something ain't right. And I don't want my kids to ever be in a position to where they feel like dad can't do something or is not going to try to do something. So I just want to encourage them to let them know that I'm always be there for them, and whenever I'm, whatever it is that I can help or whatever it is I can do, I'm always be there for them, and I just appreciate them, and I love them for, putting everything on my back. I don't want that, to mess with them. If it mess with them, it messes with me. So, as I stated before, Bible specifically says a man is to be the head of the household, and that's what I'm gonna do.
You better say that word. Am I on record? Yeah. Oh, okay. You. Okay. You better say that word. That was awesome, Rashad. Okay, thank you all for watching. But before you go, I want to make sure that you are following Rashad. You support his stores. Like he said, there's one in Port Arthur, Beaumont, and 2 in Louisiana, Lake Charles and Lafayette. Absolutely. So make sure you're supporting those. And the 5th one is coming soon in Lake Jackson this fall. Support, support, support. He's on all social media platforms. I'm going to share the links below. If you like this, make sure that you hit the thumbs up and subscribe. and support a man that's doing great things, not just for his family, but for his community as well. That's what it's all about. I'm so excited to have the opportunity to spend time with this hometown hero, and I hope that you was as inspired as I was. Stay tuned for more.